Are we on the brink of a housing bubble popping? Are prices about to drop? No, and no. Data says no. And the chief economist at the National Association of Realtors also says no. Plus, my day-to-day experience with buyers and sellers says no. In Minneapolis, prices are being driven by a shortage of housing and a high need for it, and that does not equal a bubble. Will rising interest rates change the need for housing? No. People still need a place to live. Will home supply suddenly increase to the level that's needed to stop the escalating prices? No. Builders cannot build fast enough to create all the new homes that we need here, and there are not enough existing homes to fill that gap. So, is the market changing? Well, the answer to that is actually yes. Is it a dramatic change? No. In fact, 2 homes that I viewed with a client this past week went for far over asking. They were each listed for $265,000. One went for over $300,000, according to the agent that called to let me know that we did not get the home. And the other, a 2-bed, 1-bath, no garage, no central AC, still gorgeous, but that said, 2-bed, etc., went for $320,000. This price point is tough in general, but these homes were in different cities, so I'm using that to show you that it's not a matter of a particular area, it's just very high demand in general. More than one of my colleagues has said that they can feel the shift in the market and that the shift favors the buyers. And all I can think of when I heard that was that at this point it really couldn't have gotten much more favorable to sellers. But does this mean that it's a bad time to sell? Another no. You will still sell quickly and sell for a good price. The good news is that it'll be easier for you to make your transition to your new home, so you have to worry about that piece just a little bit less. So what we are hearing and seeing is that it will remain a seller's market, that buyers who were only able to purchase because of super low interest rates are kind of going to be out of the market and have to wait and save a little longer. And what that means is that there are going to be fewer offers overall. However, most of these buyers were actually unsuccessful in getting their offers accepted in the first place, and they actually led to what I think of as a lot of noise around listings. So a lot of offers, many of them that would be rejected out of hand, and then that few at the top that would be considered. The general consensus is that prices will continue to rise, but maybe not by double digits as they have for like the past year and a half. So what does the market look like right now? If you remember from earlier videos, I've talked about the gauge that we use to decide if it is a buyer's or a seller's market. And that gauge is called the month's supply of homes. And what that means is that if no other homes came on the market, how long would it take for us to sell everything currently available? A market is considered balanced if we have between 5 to 6 months supply of homes. More than that is considered a buyer's market, and less is a seller's market. And the more extreme that number is on either side is indicative of how much it favors one party or another. The information that I can pull from the MLS is somewhat historical in that it's pulling information on homes that have closed already, which means that they were put under contract about a month ago. But when I look at the 7-county metro area, the message is very consistent. It is still a very strong seller's market. Month's supply of single-family homes is at about 1 month, and a little bit over that for condos, which have been what we consider like the softer piece of the market. Although, like, what is soft when you're in a market that is this extremely seller-oriented? So that's completely relative. Also took a look at average, not median. I know we often use median prices for single-family homes, townhouses, and condos. And I also pulled information for how long each of these segments is hanging around on the market waiting to close. So this is an overall gauge of where the market is, but I'm also going to share with you the types of offers that have been winning in April, which is a more like anecdotal, finger on the pulse kind of immediate look at what is happening in the market today. The transaction coordination company that reports that information to us is seeing the following winning terms on the offers that they've had in the month of April. They state that 63% of their offers were accepted, and this is really high and great news for buyers. I believe that at one point earlier in the year we were in the 30s, and that really hurt. More than half of their accepted offers have waived inspection altogether, and I personally think that this may be a little bit high and skewed by who makes up their sample size, but I do agree that it happens a lot. 18% of their winning offers were cash buyers, and this has remained pretty consistent over the past 2 years. 69% of their winning offers were conventional, and there was a slight uptick with winning offers from FHA to 3%, VA to 2%, and 3% were USDA or other forms of purchase. So average purchase to list price, as they're reporting it, came in at 105%. Purchases contingent on the sale of the buyer's home were 7% of the time, and that is actually less than we've seen before. I've seen it come in as high as 11%. Escalation clauses were included 15% of the time. Real favorite term here is coverage of appraisal gaps for financed purchases. This is still really popular, and 36% of financed winning offers included this. So I did a whole video on that actual topic, and I also did one on waiving inspection. So you can watch both of those. Reach out if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching.